Hi everyone, how's everyone doing here today? Thank you for watching, and I just want to try and keep this quick. There were two recent time frames that happened that made me vote the way I did recently in these up-and-coming midterms. For those of you who don't know, early voting is underway, and November 4th, that's election day. So the one is some of the recent shootings that occurred not too long ago. One was in a church where kids were praying, and a shooter went there and sadly done some, thoughts and prayers. It didn't work, okay? So that's one thing. A particular activist, I'm not going to say his name because it's not really about him, he was killed, and, just for the record, I'll say, regardless of how you felt about him, me personally, as I always said, political violence is wrong. I am against it, full stop. I don't care who does it to who, on whose behalf. I don't approve of it at all, whether in protests or in situations like this. And even a day after that person's death, there was another shooting. That's one of my points. The scary thing is there are so many mass shootings going on. It's not the ones that you do hear about. It's the ones that you don't hear about that should even be more chilling. It's gotten so bad that there are shootings all the time, and a lot of times they just don't get reported because it's like, here we go again. And it's sad because, and I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong here, neither the president, the vice president, or anyone on the GOP, and face it, the Republicans, they've got control of the House and the Senate, have not made any attempt to pass any gun reform whatsoever. If they did, let me know, please, in the comments. But as far as I've seen, they haven't said anything. If anything, Trump was at the funeral of the activist that died and made it all about himself. Since then, it's just, okay, what's happened has happened, and they've moved on. That's one. They should have done something. And I get tired of the excuses. And the other thing is the recent shutdown. That's still underway. And towards the end, by the end of the week, I think it's November 1st, there are people that can potentially lose their healthcare premiums are going to go up, and some of them who are on SNAP benefits, food assistance, they're going to lose that too, and that is also a chilling thing. I've been looking into some food pantries and sending out information like that, but what does Trump focus on? Just blaming the Democrats, which is total BS. I don't know if he said it on his first term or before he was president, but he had, in an interview, said that whenever there's a shutdown, it's the president that's responsible. He has to deal with it. I couldn't agree with him more. But Don just wants to blame the Democrats, saying they're holding the shutdown up. Mike Johnson, he's an absolute liar and a moral coward. He's not going to do anything. It is on him. He is a deal maker. He should meet up with the Democrats. And truth and told, they want to try and safeguard health care. They don't want to see the cuts to be made in the big, beautiful bill or any other benefits that help the working class like me. And that also would heavily impact red states, people who voted for Trump. And a lot of them are worried, and rightfully so. What does he more focus on? His little fancy ballroom. And I've seen the things of you guys have talked about tearing down to the East Wing. Personally, I don't even care. I really don't. It doesn't bother me. If anything, I looked at it, it's like, well, of course, this is what Trump does. I'm not surprised. Do I wish it didn't happen? Yeah, but it's happening. But I'm more focused on healthcare. I'm more focused on making sure children get fed. I'm making sure that poor families are taken care of and not lose any of their assistance. So that is why I pretty much voted Democrat across the board. I'm asking all of you to kind of do the same thing. Unless you've got Republicans in your area that are in opposition to Trump and are trying to keep healthcare going, which some of them are. I'm sure some of them are. But for the most part, I've seen the GOP is feckless, they're cowardice, and they will freaking, kiss the ring and give Trump anything that he wants, okay? He's got too many enablers by him, and they are just either scared, corrupt, or a little of both. So that's why I'm saying, please, get out and vote. Whoever is in your area, whoever's on the ballot, if they are a person who in the past has said, I support Donald Trump no matter what, they're not on your side, okay? Between not doing any gun reform, given some of the serious shootings that are going on, and between not really doing anything to put an end to the shutdown and just be more focused on some vanity project. Once again, this administration has shown me they don't care about us. They don't care about the working class. They are as un-American and as undemocratic and unpatriotic as can be. They are only interested in themselves. So if you haven't voted already, I'm asking you, not begging you. Get out there and vote, please. Help bring about the change. Get more Democrats in charge and get rid of some of these Republicans that are only kissing the ring of Trump. And that will simply, in the end, claim to be all about the people, but when they're only going to serve their own needs by keeping Trump happy. We need to vote against that. There's still time to vote early, and if you'd rather wait till November 4th, if that's the way you normally do it, that's fine. I've been trying small amounts of volunteer initiatives. Not a lot, but, just do a little calls and stuff. I was doing canvassing before. I can't do it now for personal reasons, but I'm still trying. And anything you can do to help. But at the very least, the minimum, get out and vote. I still every now and then get somebody on the phone that just says, I've had enough, it's too bleak, I just don't believe in voting anymore. I get that, I really do. But the bottom line is, that is what they are counting on, for you to give up. So why give them what they want? It doesn't take that long. When I voted early, I did it towards the evening. When I got there, it was dead, 5 minutes. I was in and out, okay? So it's not really taking you out of your way. If you don't have time to volunteer, donate. If you can't donate, fine. But at the very least, vote, okay? Vote like lives depend on it, because they do. And until we start bringing about changes, the shootings are going to continue, and more people are going to suffer under losing, benefits and food assistance. So, anyway, thank you for watching. I really hope you understand.